Welcome back to a Syberia 2 walkthrough. We have just made it into this big monastery and we're trying to find a way to heal Hans. Let's try and talk to this guy.
Good evening, sir.
And he has taken a vow of silence. Many of the monks won't actually speak to us here. So we're going to have a look at the fireplace. And we're not going to use this just yet. We will be using it a little bit later. For now, we're going to take the matches and we'll get out of here. Let's see if we can find the head monk and see if he's willing to help us. Hopefully we can get a bit of help for Hans. There is a wheelbarrow over here. Let's just have a quick look. And it looks like something from Hawaii there. But there's nothing here that we can grab at the moment. We'll check back a little bit later. Okay, and these guys are not going to talk to us either, so let's just head straight into the main part of the monastery. There is a gate here. We don't have the key for it yet.
Nothing I can do. It's locked.
So we can't get through there just yet. There are also these paintings to the left.
This is really amazing work all the same.
And to the right, there's another painting which I think is pretty much exactly the same. Let's continue forwards.
Anybody there? Excuse me.
What? A woman? Women are expressly prohibited. What the devil are you doing here, woman?
My name's Kate Walker. I'm a lawyer from New York.
We need to find some help for Hans.
I have a friend who is really sick. In the village, I was told that...
We must all brave the ordeals the Lord sends us, my child.
My friend is named Hans Voralberg. He has devoted his life to making fantastic mechanical machines. His automatons soothed the harsh daily labor of the people of his day, and amused them, entertained them. He's a genius inventor, you know.
An inventor, you say? The inspiration of such people is often cowed to humility before the marvels of God's own creation.
I have come to ask the assistance of the priest healer in the monastery. My friend is very unwell, and very old.
Sometimes a body weary of life refuses treatment. That is why we here tend to the soul. From what ailment is your friend suffering?
A high fever. It started with a kind of fit. He fell...
Sometimes we have to just accept the inevitable, my child, and resign ourselves to the call of time.
You don't understand. Maybe Hans is old and frail, but he has but one desire, to continue his journey.
We have to learn how to meet our fate, my child. This is God's will.
My friend needs treatment. You are the only one for miles around who can give him the care he needs.
I need a sign from the Almighty, or else I can do nothing for your friend. I am sorry, Miss Walker.
I really need your help, Father. You're our only hope.
My girl, I attend only to extreme cases, grave illness, and madness.
But this is an extreme case, Father.
There is a rule, Miss Walker. You must respect it. Bring me the imprint of your friend's suffering.
I know what you were telling me. I brought the shroud.
Show me. my child. Right. We will go search for your friend.
It's our man. He's got something.
Canton? I can barely hear you.
Mr. Martin.
What news have you got?
I talked to the hotel guys, Mr. Martin. She checked out of Arrowbad last week. Headed off with Hans Voralberg.
How is she?
Seems her health is fine, Mr. Martin, but,
What?
her behavior seems...
Don't beat about the bush, Canton, please.
Look, Mr. Martin, it's like this. I'm afraid that Miss Walker has been acting, how do you say it, differently.
Did you sleep well, my child?
Yes, thank you. How is Hans?
Alas, you brought him to us so late, my child. I fear we cannot do much. We are going to concentrate on tending to his soul.
What? What did you say?
The man is worn and old. His final hour is upon him.
But that's impossible.
Your friend is dying. You must believe me, my child.
Please take care of Hans, Father, please.
Torment yourself no longer, my girl. I will tend to the poor soul.
Can I see him?
No. I do not advise it. Deranged minds are often too addled by evil, and you could become contaminated by its sly malevolence.
Look, contagion doesn't bother me. I've got to talk with him, you understand?
The rules, Miss Walker. Remember the rules. No one talks to the sick.
I just can't abandon Hans like that. I must see him immediately, you hear?
Okay. So be it. Your friend is in the last chamber at the end of the corridor. I beseech thee, my girl, pay no heed to the imprecations of a sick, delirious, dying man.
Okay, so he's kind of given up on Hans and thinks he's about to die. We're going to go and have a check to see how Hans is doing.
Hans? Hans, can you hear me?
Kate, where are we?
Don't you worry. You're in very good hands. We cannot carry on our journey in these conditions, Hans. You are ill. You have to be cared for.
I must go, Kate Walker.
I said I'd keep you company until we reach Syberia. I brought you here to be treated.
We don't have the time, Kate. We've got to go to Syberia, Kate Walker.
Calm down, Hans, please.
No.
Hans, we're at the monastery. Do you remember?
In Valadilen, it is 7:15 p.m. Father is always punctual. He never stays at home. He always goes to the factory. He locks himself in his office and...
No, Hans. Valadilen is where you were born. Here, we're in Romansburg. Valadilen is miles away. We're going to take care of you.
Alexi. Find Alexi Tukyanov.
Alexi Tukyanov?
Alexi. He has lived with the Yukols. He can cure me.
Who is Alexi?
An old monk. A friend. He knows about Yukol medicine.
It seems you rate the Yukols for their medicine.
Yukol shaman medicine is very strong.
Hans, all that shaman malarkey is nonsense. You know that.
The Yukols know a lot of things, Kate Walker. A lot of things.
Why do you want me to find this monk, Alexi?
Alexi, he can treat me.
Hans, do try to be reasonable. Nobody here can treat you better than the old patriarch.
Alexi knows Yukol medicine. The old patriarch is an ass.
So you really think this monk can cure you?
Alexi can cure like the shaman. Shaman are the right doctors for me.
I'll be back soon.
Okay, Kate.
You like to eavesdrop.
Eavesdrop? No, I clean and clean, that's all.
Have you lived in the monastery for a long time?
Oh, yes, for a very long time.
You must know all the monks who live there.
Yes, I think so, my sister. Must know, yes.
My friend is very ill, and he told me to find a monk who would care for him.
It is not I, that monk. I am no healer. I am but a humble servant of the monastery who tends to the brothers' laundry.
Can you help me find this monk?
Oh, the patriarch would be furious. Furious! I must finish my chores.
I've just spoken to Hans.
And what news do you bring, my sister?
He spoke to me of one of your brothers, named Alexi.
Ah, tempus edax rerum. Brother Alexi is not of this world, my sister.
I've been told about an indigenous people called the Yukols. You wouldn't know of them.
Age quod agis?
Where could this monk named Alexi be hiding?
Felix qui potuit rerum cognoscere cosas.
So you don't know this Alexi, do you?
No, no. Omnis homo mendax.
Come on, you must know where Alexi is.
Mors ultima ratio.
Okay, so he has given us this note and this coin here. We're going to have a look at this. If we go over to documents, we can take a look at the coin. It looks to be some kind of mammoth, which is pretty cool. And we also have this note. It says, Sister, Alexi was a man of God and my friend. He lived away from the monastery for many years among the strange Yukol people and their stories of the great mammoths of old that were divine to them. I am no wise monk, far from it, but I have prayed to God long enough to understand that he takes many different forms in the imaginations of man. This might help you. The key is in the light of the mammoth's eye. So we have a bit of a clue there. The key is in the light of the mammoth's eye, and we do have this strange mammoth's coin. Let's go and pick up this brush, first of all. None of these monks will talk to us. We're going to head back now to the main part of the monastery. We do have a brush, and we also have some very old paintings on the wall. So we are going to use the brush on the paintings and see if we can reveal anything. Let's go and have a look at this one over here. I do believe they're both the same. Let's go and have a look. We're going to use the brush here and see what is uncovered. She's kind of ruined the painting there. Okay, so we have a cross. Looks like there are 12 circles. Some of them are lit. So we've got one lit at the top. Then we've got 2 light. Then we've got 3 black. We've got 2 white and 2 black. Okay. Yeah, so we need to remember that. There, actually, let's have another chat with the patriarch and see if he's going to help us out a little bit more.
Hello, Father.
Hello, my chap.
You really can't do anything for Hans?
His destiny is not in mortal hand.
But Hans has no reason.
His fever-driven outpourings are not those of a holy man. Oh, far from it.
Okay.
We absolutely must continue our journey. We must.
Don't even think about it, child. Mr. Voralberg is in no fit state.
Hans Voralberg is going to see his dream come true. You hear me?
Wretched girl. His dreams are almost at an end, and there is nothing you can do.
Hans Voralberg is not a sinner.
The pagan fantasies with which he sullies the air in his delirium are those of a heretic. Pray, female, pray to save your friend from the sizzling fires of hell.
You're a total crackpot. You're a fanatic. I will talk to Hans, you hear? Okay, I think I've heard all I need.
Go, my child.
Okay, so yes, it's clear that he's not going to help us anymore. He can't do anything for Hans. We're going to have to try to cure him ourselves, unless we can find this Alexi character. Okay, so we have Hans over there. Let's head into what is the library here. And the library has this kind of spiral ramp going up and down around the sides. So we're going to go all the way down to the bottom. If we pick up this pole over here on the wall, and if you remember the pattern behind the painting, you'll remember that there was a cross in the middle. There were some that were lit up. This one was lit up. And then there were 2 that were not lit up. So this one's not lit up, and we're going to light this one up. And the one next to it as well. Then there was a gap of 3, 1, 2, 3, and the next 2 were lit up. Okay, so something has opened up the top. We're going to run around and have a look and see if we can find out what it is. Some kind of light is there. So let's head across to the left. And there you go. So let's take a look at this. And that is the village down below with the train. We're going to grab the mammoth. Oops, let's use the mammoth and place it on the glass. Oh, okay. I seem to have lost my mammoth coin. Oh, I see. If we have a look at this, oops. If we take a look at this, the eye of the mammoth is right over there. So if we head out now and we head back, the mammoth is showing on there. The eye of the mammoth. Is this the eye of the mammoth? It is. Okay, so let's take a closer look at this. And we have revealed a secret room. This is all very mysterious. Let's have a look and see what books we can take here. There's one there we can grab. Is that it? Any of these candles? No, it doesn't look like it. It looks like it's just this book's here. And aha, here we have the monk, Alexi Tukianov. Notes and sketches from the frozen north. So we have one of his books. April 15th, I loaded my bags and provisions onto a sled pulled by several sturdy, healthy beasts and left the Romansburg monastery, heading northwards in search of the mysterious peoples inhabiting the vast, desolate wastes of the Siberian tundra. My superiors had conferred on me the mission of evangelizing those pagan tribes from their heathen shamanic beliefs. I travelled under an assumed identity, that of a lowly trapper. I had to be wary of the agents of the state and of the military, for whom any religious activity is suspect. They, for their part, travelled the length and breadth of eastern Syberia, trying to convince the villagers of the debatable benefits of collectivism. It took me several weeks to accustom myself to the unfamiliar harness. I found no dogs in Romansburg and had to make do with Yukis purchased from a hunter. Okay, the Yuki is related to both seals and dogs. In the wild, the Yuki lives on riverbanks. It is an easy capture for the trapper, as its gluttony is well documented. In winter, it gorges itself on orange salmon, a prey that it often has to share in the wild with the fierce Siberian bear, another creature very partial to the fish. Okay, we've got the Yuki there, and the Siberian bear is there. The Yuki... Oh, it looks hilarious. Once tamed, the Yuki is an affectionate but whimsical animal. It resists all forms of disciplined training, and only if there are no dogs available is it used to pull sleds. Certain Arctic peoples, however, seem to have better mastered the secret of their domestication, and the Yuki is central to their daily activities. Of all the peoples who inhabit these god-forsaken regions, I find the Yukols the most fascinating. Perhaps that is why I headed for those regions where I was most likely to encounter them. So they have some religious masks here representing the soul messenger who guides the dying to the other world. The journey was long and dangerous. It wasn't until October 27th that for the first time I made contact with the Yukols. I have spent long months living among them. I have come to know them and to understand them for who they are. I soon abandoned any notion of converting them. I applied myself instead to the study of their mores and customs. So little is known about the Yukols, less than is known of any inhabitant of the frozen north today. They live far, far away, at the farthermost tip of the Siberian tundra. Because of their remoteness and their inhospitable climate, the Yukols have remained small in number, overlooked by the scientific community and the Soviet governmental machine. The only documents available before my departure were several drawings, notes and photographs taken 100 years ago by a Russian explorer, Marie Bidrinov. It is to her we owe what little is of the Yukol people and its culture. The Yukols hark back to the last ice age. Curiously, traces of their presence have been found in Western Europe, more precisely in the heart of the French Alps in the prehistoric caves of Valladolid. This suggests that over centuries they undertook a long migration toward the extreme north of the globe. The sacred half-fang. This bird is often inseparable from the Yukol shaman. It seems to be considered in turn as his friend, representative, and even his incarnation. The Yukol shaman there. Lemmings congregate in the open plains of Syberia. They feed on grains and small fruit that they store in their holes to face the scarcity of the winter months ahead. Lemmings dig deep tunnels in the ice to escape their predators. The hunters they most fear are half-fangs, who seem to find lemming something of a delicacy. Okay, on several occasions during my journey I encountered traces of Yukol society far to the west of the areas we know today. Along forest trails I discovered small piles of carefully piled stones, altars on which Yukol hunters made ritual offerings to one of their pagan gods. We now know the reason for the Yukol's long migration. Their domestic economy was, it seems, directly linked to the mammoth. They used the mammoth for both transport and as beasts of burden for meat, skin, fat, and ivory. It is beyond doubt that we are dealing with a genuine case of symbiosis between man and animal. Mammoths were forced north by changing climatic conditions, and the Yukols followed. Okay, some prehistoric cave drawings identified as being of Yukol origin have led the scientific community to conjecture that at one time the Yukols realized the incredible achievement of domesticating mammoths. They are, to our knowledge, the only prehistoric people to have represented a man astride a mammoth. Okay, we've got a fair bit to read here. Yukol life was thus intimately linked to that of their pachyderms. They used their hides for clothing and to build roofs, walls, and houses. Okay. Okay, so they lived off the mammoths. The Yukol civilization has now gone underground. So will we find them or will we not be able to find them? Specialists in paleontology department at St. Petersburg have never credited Yukol myths and legends. What I'm looking for is actually something regarding some kind of medicine here. Okay. I'm looking for something that's going to help Hans. Some kind of plant, some kind of medicine. Aha, here we go. Bluegrass. Cerulean herba, fossilized plant life. When fall arrives, the odor of its flowers is so strong that it is known to awaken hibernating yuki. Scarlet bramble. Infernus rubus. Okay, the scarlet bramble mixed with walrus blubber or tallow. This scarlet bramble is frequently used in Yukol medicine. The fumes released by burning it have considerable healing properties. The shamans recount that the plant only grows on the tomb of one whose soul is at peace. Okay, interesting. We're going to have to find a tomb and find this bramble. The legend of Syberia. They set about constructing an enormous ark. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so we may find this ark somewhere out there as well. Okay. Okay, cool. So we got a little bit of information there. Hopefully it's going to help us out. We do have brother Alexi's book now. So we're going to head out. Hopefully we can find some of that bramble to help Hans, to heal Hans from his fever and his delirium. Now the book said that the bramble grows on the grave of one whose soul is at peace. So let's go and have a look. Actually, we need to head back here first of all. We can't just grab the bramble, even if we do find it. We need to grab some shears or something so that we can actually cut this bramble. Let's head back. You do remember there was a wheelbarrow down here. So let's have a look at this again. Are there any shears in here? Yeah, there are. We have shears in here now. So we're going to grab these. Don't know why they weren't there the first time we looked, but they're there now. And there is someone digging over
Whiling
here.
away those celibate hours.
He's not going to help us out at all.
Casket gives me the creeps.
And just notice that there is a hole in the wall here as well.
It's kind of steep. But with the sled, I could slide down the slope.
Okay, so that's one way to get down. I don't have a sled at the moment. Let's head back around to the other side. This looks promising. We have Alexi's grave.
What on earth is that?
With the bramble. That is the bramble, Kate. Let's go and grab it. Let's go and pick all of that up. We've got the herbs and brambles. Beautiful. So we're going to head out now. Now you may remember the cooking area with the pot when we first entered the monastery. So we're going to head back there, see if we can make something with these herbs and brambles here. Now the book did say that it was the smoke, the inhalation of the smoke that had the medicinal properties. So when it was combined, I think with blubber or something. So let's go here and have a look and see if we can figure something out here. Okay, we got a pot. Let's... Okay, so we've got that cooking. We've got it cooking. Let's grab the herbs and brambles. Stick that over there. Can we open this?
I need something else to activate it.
Something else to activate it. Oh, there we go.
I need something else to activate it.
She's put a something in there. Aha. Oh, that is the wick there. So we did put a wick. Hopefully it's going to be cool now. Is that cool enough for us to pick up? Aha, we have the herbal candle. Beautiful. Okay, so that's pretty cool. It was fairly easy to make that candle there. We're going to head back to Hans now. We do have the matches as well. So we're going to place this in his room, light the candle. Hopefully it's going to heal him up. Now, where was he again? Is it... no, it's down here, isn't it? We don't want to talk to the patriarch again. He's a bit of a nut. Hans is resting in this area. So let's quickly go back and see Hans. Okay, let's put this candle down here, I guess.
I need something else.
I did have a look at the top in the library, and I thought I'd scanned around the place, but obviously not enough. So we're going to head back here to this place, and oh, it's this place here, isn't it? This secret room here. So let's go and have a look. If it's not too dark, there is apparently something else we can take here. Apparently. Okay, there. Alright, bit of pixel hunting, which is a little bit annoying. Anyway, let's head back to Hans now. We've got what we need. Okay, now let's have a look at the table. Now we have the Euchre relic. I guess we can stick it down there. I guess everything's got to be proper. Let's put the candle in there. Oh, it's a very small candle, isn't it? And let's light it with a match.
How's it going?
Kate, okay, yes. What am I doing here?
It's a long story.
Are we going yet?
Can you walk?
I'd like to, but...
Don't move, Hans. I'm going to find a way to get us out of here.
Okay, so we did need that Yukul relic to place that candle in. But once we've done that, we're going to head back out now. If you remember, we saw the hole in the wall. We do need some kind of sled. There is a casket there, and I wonder if we can use the casket to slide down. Oh, actually, do we have... key? Do we have a key? Let's actually go back to see the patriarch. So he is in here. If you remember, this gate here is locked. There are these bells up here. The patriarch looks like he has he's left now, so let's go in and have a look. There's a key up here. Seems to be pretty much all there is. So let's get out of here. Let's have a look at the gate. And we're going to open this gate with the ornate key. Now, all of the monks have been called to prayer, so we should be able to now get to that casket and make our escape through that hole in the wall.
It's kind of steep. But with the sled, I could slide down the slope.
Yes, you could. Why don't you? Let's go back and get Hans. I guess we're going to need... I guess we're going to need to go back and get Hans and let him know we are ready to go.
What, Kate?
Let's go.
Yes, Kate. What?
He's not the fastest walker in the world. But it looks like we made it there eventually.
Do not go! No! You must stay! Stop them!
That was some ride, huh, Hans?
Yes, it was real fun, Kate Walker. Really.
Okay, so we have made it out of the monastery, we've cured Hans, and we have gone a little bit over time in this episode, so I hope you are enjoying this playthrough. I'll see you all again soon for the next Syberia 2 video.